got a huge heat plate. We can put 4 of these at a time, and we literally bake those in to that channel that we milled into that heat spreader. So each of these are 1,400 watt LD MOS devices all by themselves. And so for 1,500 watt, we're kind of drifting along with these. Yeah, and then our low pass filter's over here, so it's right next door. This connector is how we get the antenna tuner, which is on the other side. This is about 20 pounds. There's the antenna tuner, and they're connected right, of course, to the RF outputs. And there's our heat sink that's mounted to this monster heat spreader up underneath. And then for the heat sink, let me flip it back over again. One of your parts and labor directly from the factory. You'll see our 3 heat fans here. You'll see us drawing air across the heat of the tuner as well. These fans actually blow air in and out, so it's a positive pressure in here. It actually vents out at the bottom as well, so we're keeping everything cool for all this stuff up under here too. And then the way this works is, as this thing steps up in heat, our middle fan starts out first, and then we add these 2 fans as we index up. That's the way we're able to mitigate the. It's a small case. We have to move a lot of air just because we've got lots of heat sink area to help radiate that. Now over on the side, we've got the I/O. This is all of our I/O. You'll see our plays well with others campaign, because we can actually connect up to a lot of different radios in enhanced mode. So for instance, Flex 6000s and the 7610, 7300, we can actually read the VFO frequencies right directly. So with our tuner, we can actually pull the tuning elements. As soon as you QSY, you're ready to transmit. So we play well with others. So our I/O is actually over here. This is part of the power supply. This is the transformer that developed the 200, whatever these 400 for the switching on the TR diodes. Right? Remember, this thing is TR diode switched, so we can run pretty much. Typically we run about 75 watts or so. 75. CW. Yeah, thank you. This works for me. Per minute. Yeah. That's a plan. That's beautiful. Yeah. 500. Answer those questions. He's got a question. Okay. All right. So anyway, so there you go. There you go. There's your box and the other thing, fun stuff, is the 75 amp. This is the power supply connection. There's 2 of them, here and here. There's the control signals and the power supply for the plus and the AC voltage for the plus 5 and plus and minus 12 over here. The high voltage rails. This is a 50 volt system for the PA module itself. Big 75 amp Anderson power poles. It comes with a 5.5 foot cable to accommodate the power supply, which can sit on the floor.
Also, that power supply doesn't have to sit level; it can sit up.
We got guys standing up on its face.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Now you know what you bought.
And these are available right now?
Yeah, you can order now. The shipping, we're quoting about a 9 to 10 week delivery time at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still working on our backlog, but we're confident our yields will get up high enough that we can. Frankly, baking these things is a lot of fun.
Okay.
We test the power supplies and burn those in separately. We use those round old resistors used for heaters. We've got a bunch of those we bake the paint off of. Our biggest problem right now is just sheer space and heat, getting the heat out of the building just for all the testing and stuff. So yeah.
How warm would you say that gets?
The heat sink, you mean? How hot can it get?
Well, the whole setup there. Does it stay pretty cool when it's all together?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The key is moving air.
Does that bottom piece where the airflow comes out, that has to be, of course, it's got to be upward.
Yeah.
Does it have to be clear down below?
Yeah, you can actually stand it on the ends. We actually have a handle, so we can stand on end like that if you need to. The key is we got air flowing into here, so I've got air flowing out this way through the top for the heat sink, and I've also got air flowing in underneath, and it flows through here. It comes out at the bottom. Yeah, keeps all this stuff cool as well. We don't really have to worry about the I/O, but the rest of this we do have positive airflow through it completely.
This was all sitting on a desk. Even though this is
the bottom. Yeah, this is the bottom.
Okay. If it was sitting on a desk, it's still going to be all right. You can raise it up a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, we have feet. You can see the styles, the veil, and all that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Good deal.
Really, what we're recommending, of course, is that you ramp the fans.
Okay.
There's a setting that you can set for the minimal fan speed, and that way, even when you're receiving, you're moving air off the through the cabinet. We recommend the same thing for the KPA1500 as well.
Okay.
Standard operating procedure.
Yeah.
That way, you can keep the duty cycle up as pretty much as high as possible. I have to go back to look at the book because I'm just drawing a blank right now.
Okay. And what did you say the price is on these?
$59.95. That includes this built-in antenna tuner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And it'll connect to the Icom 7610?
Yeah, and it will read. We have a program. We have a special right now. You order this, and we throw in the cables that are needed to get that done for free.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can actually read the VFO frequencies directly out of CIV. You're going to be using CIV. Do that.
All right.
On the 7300, 7610.
7610? Okay. Good deal.
It's 3-to-1. Full at 1500 watts out. 3-to-1 max on the tuner. It'll throw a fall if you get above that. Yeah, and the only reason for that is that at 1500 watts, you're looking at some fairly high voltages coming back at you, and you can see how close these guys are. It's physical considerations there. Absolutely, but here we're measuring, whenever we're transmitting, we're measuring input power, output power, reflected power, current through the finals all the time. And if any one of those steps outside of what we call the safe swimming area, you got the buoys and all that, then we're going to record that data and we're going to get out of the way. So something's dangerous. So it will step in to take control if it's got something out of bounds. That's why we don't have those. We rarely have problems with our KPA1500s. It does the same thing. And that way we don't get burned up too much. Yeah.
All right.
What kind of issue, if you had any issues where something wasn't working like it should with it, since it's a new item?
Yeah.
If you work most of them out, the bugs?
We're working we've got some firmware. You should expect to see a flurry of firmware updates in the next 6 months. But that's normal. You should expect that. If we don't, that's a red flag. The reality is we always find things we can improve via firmware. Most of everything is under firmware control. So it's like an SDR in a way, right? We can fix a lot of this stuff just by giving you some updated firmware.
Yeah, because you know how it is when you buy something new. They find out later when it's used a lot that there's some issues with it. The guy has to send it back, Now he's paying shipping.
Yeah.
So,
But the nice part of it is you don't have to ship the whole thing. You can just ship the RF deck with the power supply too. And we do have field replaceable units. This I/O board will be replaceable in the field, things like that.
What I like about it is compact.
Yeah.
It's not heavy.
No, here. About 22, 25 pounds. Not bad at all. Yeah.